What's up, good people? How you doing? Welcome back to Stock Up with Larry Jones. We got to talk about what the Fed may have gotten wrong and how it could affect the market in a positive way. But first, for those of you that are new to the page, go ahead, hit the like, subscribe, and notification bell. Hey, in the wintertime, I'm the turtleneck sweater. I'm the turtleneck trader. And now here in the Midwest, it's cold, so we wear sweaters. So, hey, if you have been rolling with me for a while, go ahead and hit the like button. And remember, anything I say is not a suggestion for you to buy, hold, or sell. And lastly, don't fall for spam in the comment section. Let's get right to this report. This is what I want to show you. The jobs report was likely distorted, and there's plenty of room to show that the Fed may taper rates. They said taper rates hikes. Okay, I'm not the only one. And Powell's in the first quarter of 2023, JPMorgan Asset Manager Chief Strategist says, okay? And so we think that the Fed has gotten it wrong. Now, this won't be the first time Mr. Powell, the Fed chair, has gotten it wrong. And he was late calling inflation transitory, meaning it was temporary, right? And he was late because he was reading data late, right? Some think it's by design and some thinks otherwise, okay? But what I'm going to do here right now is play this video from you, Jeremy Siegel. I'm a fan of his. He's from the Wharton School. And he's a professor, and he's been calling it right ever since. Let's just take a listen, and then we'll comment after this.
October lows, Professor. Where are we going from here? Do we have room to run into the end of the year, or did today's jobs report derail that?
No, I don't think so. And by the way, I did not regard today's jobs report as hot. I mean, first of all, the household data was negative, minus 150,000. And something else that was just mentioned in the last segment, but it's very important. People ignore the hours worked, and that fell. And even though it only fell a tenth of an hour, that's equivalent of over a 200,000 loss of payroll individuals. I mean, what is the input into the economy is not just the number of people, but how many hours they work. So I didn't regard this as, I mean, it wasn't a terrible report, but I didn't regard this as anything on the labor front as being a strong report. Now let's go to the wages.
Let's go to stocks.
No,
let's go to stocks for a minute.
Concern.
Let's go to stocks for a minute, Professor, because we had a pretty nice comeback today, right? We're down 350 at one point after that report came out, and we've come back, right? The Dow closes positive on the day. You've got the S&P 500 above the 200-day moving average. So you think this clears the way for?
Well, I think what happened during the day was people were beginning to say this isn't that hot. And by the way, look at.
So what the data was saying was this report wasn't that bad. And as you guys saw, the market actually fought back. If you look at the Dow, it literally tanked 350 points. But by closing bell, it fought its way all the way back because just like any of these past reports, the market needs time to digest what it just heard, right? And so the market makes its own mind. And I agree with Jeremy Siegel that the Fed is behind in his data. He's reading his data, and it's just behind. This report also shows, and I agree with it, let's see if we could find it here, that the Fed is now going towards 50 basis points. Here we are. So he's going to start decreasing the interest rate hikes instead of going 75 by 50, all right? And so that's what's going on right here. Let's look at this right here. Excuse me, good people, I'm still under the influence of cough medicine. I think the benefit, I think beneath the surface, there is more weakness, Kelly said, right? CNBC on Friday, adding that the figures in the report may not be as strong as they appear, right? The U.S. added another 263,000 jobs last month. The average hourly wage jumped 5.1 from a year ago. Meanwhile, the unemployment rate remains steady at 3.7. So the unemployment rate has remained basically unchanged. It's really not, ramping up. And remember, this data is behind. Now, there's a lot of talk about the Christmas rally. I brought it up, but I've been constantly saying that we could close the year out at about 41. And as we could see, the S&P 500, we're already at 4,000, right? And so if we close at 41, that's not a huge jump. I just want to be crystal clear. And the Christmas rally is not something that lasts the entire month. It's literally days, okay, to the close. And then after that, me personally, I'm expecting a sell-off, to be honest with you, in 2023. A lot of analysts think it's going to be in the first half. I personally think it's going to be in the first quarter. That's just a guesstimate, okay? And the only reason I'm saying that is not for you to change your plan, but it's how I'm planning my investments, right? And so even for my $5 a day, when this happened, I'm going to double down on my dollar cost averaging, right? And those are all of the portfolios that you guys have been following in the $5 a day challenge or the $1 million cup of coffee, right? So listen, this is one of the things I want every single person here to watch, okay? At the end of this video, which is very shortly, I want everyone to watch this video. It says, know this now about your stocks, okay? And money. Now, I want every single person to watch this video. I'm going to leave it in this box. So the video will literally appear in this box. I want every single one. Listen, watch the entire video. It's extremely important as it pertains to your money and taxes. And I'm telling you, there's some gems towards the end. So watch the entire thing. I guarantee you it's going to help you and bless you with your finances. Please, this is, I believe, right now in this quarter is one of the most important videos. Talk about tax loss harvesting. We talk about Roth IRA. We talk about how you can write your car 100% off. It's a lot of information in there I want you guys to watch. Now, in closing, you guys know, for those of you that are here just for stocks, you can go ahead and sign off right now. Make sure you hit the like, subscribe, and notification bell. It is Sunday, where at the end, only on Sundays, I give you guys something inspirational. So if you're not an inspirational person, don't hit the unlike button, just sign off. But I gotta be me. I just want to say this very briefly. You are chosen to be here. You are chosen for a time, a season, and a purpose and a reason. And in the good book, the Bible, if you believe in Jesus Christ, there was 42 generations, right? And I'm sorry, I'm under the influence. So every generation before Christ came, there was an evil force that has tried to cut or kill each generation, right? And that's because they did not want him to be born. And I'm going to say the same thing for you, your grandmothers, your great grandmothers. Some of you came here from your grandparents or your great grandparents came here from other countries. And I'm telling you, some of you were almost aborted. But the fact that you are here, if you're over 60 and you're listening to me, there's a good chance that 90% of you are doing better. If you're over 50, 90% of you are doing better than your parents, right? And you're definitely doing better than your great grandparents. So I'm talking to the average person right now, the newer generation in the 30s. You will be 30 and under, should I say 20s. You unfortunately will be the first generation that won't have as much as the prior generation, but you have the opportunity. So I want to speak to you and say, it doesn't matter where you are, who you are, what race, what age, what sex you are, that you can, especially if you come from a lineage of poverty, you can break the chains of poverty, because every generation, evil forces tried to take that generation out. My mom is gone. My dad is still here, thank God. I love spending time with my dad. But I'm here. And I know one day my dad is going to be gone. But I'm here. You're here. And the simple fact that you are here, I'm telling you that all you need is information to break the chains of whatever is holding you back, whether it be financially, whether drugs had its way through your family, your mother, your father, your grandparents, whatever the stronghold is, whatever the evil force is that wrecks your family, you are the change. You are the one that's going to change it. It doesn't matter if you don't have a college education. It doesn't matter if you don't look like this or you're not the smartest person in the room. You are the chosen one. The reason that you're listening to me right now is that you have a unique gift that is going to shift the lineage of your entire family. You don't have to have all of these accolades and all of this and all of that. I don't care who you are the chosen one. So I just encourage you to stay the course of where you are, right? Continue to study, because what you need is information, and information brings everything else. There's a scripture in the good book that says, "Seek ye first the kingdom of heaven, and all of these things shall be added," right? And what are those things? Everything you need, all right? I'm going to leave it right there. Just remember that you are supposed to be right here, right now, today. And this is the greatest opportunity in the lineage of your family. So work on your legacy, work on you, and then your kids. So you generally do an about face of whatever evil force that or forces that has come between you and your family and your lineage. Just know that your entire lineage was created so that you will be here, right now. Live, love, laugh, and learn.